Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's a rather chilly, typical spring morning. It's still April, and we're getting these chilly mornings. Overnight it's been chilly, which is normal for this time of year. But it's set to be warming up, so when the cloud burns off, it gets quite warm during the day. In fact, the temperature fluctuations at this time of year is enough to cause concern to young plants. So we have to be mindful of the conditions. The cold nights won't sort of melt away until about mid-May, possibly June type of time. That's the way it is in Britain. That's kind of normal. But you can't say the weather has been normal of late. It's been a bit strange. I'm talking about the last 10 years. When I say of late, I mean the last 10 years, because the weather has changed, there's no doubt about that. So, yes, welcome back to the channel. And you may remember in my last video, I featured the building of this beast here. This is our VegTrug, a vegetable trug that gives us our allotment fix, our growing at home fix here at home in our concrete garden. It's a raised bed on legs, on steroids. It's beautiful. They are beautifully designed, these. They're a nice bit of garden furniture, and they're a nice bit of thing to show off to your friends and neighbours if you're that way inclined. But for us, as I stated in the last video, it's about very much inspired by the cost of living crisis and the idea that you should be growing stuff at home. Now, I think everybody should be growing stuff at home. We should know where our vegetables come from, and we should be able to grow them and get back to a more holistic approach to life and growing stuff. Getting back to nature is so fulfilling in all of our lives. We should have it. It should be compulsory to be taught in school, and we should grow up learning this stuff, because it's a part of the jigsaw of life, and it's part of what it is to be human, to be back in touch with nature, and to realise that we are all part of nature. You know, over the past century or so, we've become detached from the living world, the nature. You know, we've become detached. We don't even know. A lot of people grow up and spend their entire life not even knowing what an aubergine plant looks like, what a tomato plant looks like, for that matter. We just see them on supermarket shelves. We are detached from the growing process, and it's that growing process that makes life so much more enriching, to know that this product that you're growing is, for a start, something you will never see on a supermarket shelf. This allows you to have choice. It's a democratic process that allows you to grow stuff that you can't buy in the supermarkets. Heritage varieties that you've never seen before, because the supermarkets don't stock them. And if they did stock them, they'd cost you an absolute fortune, even more than the prices they're charging at the moment. So it is a liberating thing. It's a good thing for people to do. And a VegTrug is a good start to make. But you don't have to use a VegTrug, of course. You can just use an old bucket or anything. We've been growing potatoes in buckets, and even tomatoes in containers. You can do that, and even if you've got a small balcony, you can do this. So this is container gardening that we're talking about now. Not all the time, obviously. We'll be down the plot today, later on, where we're currently in the process of planting out our leeks and spring onions, which I did last night. I did a complete bed of leeks and spring onions. Anyway, back to this. What we need to do now is we've got the trug built. We've got the liner in here. And the first thing that I'm going to do today is I'm going to assemble this. I wouldn't say build this, but assembling it. And this is a self-watering kit. And this kit contains 2 reservoirs, which go in, I'll just show you. So one goes in the bottom here, and the other one goes in here. So they go together, and you water them at both ends, and it gives you a reservoir of water that the plants can take up. You know, if you're working away or you don't want it to dry out. Now that's the thing about containers, growing anything in containers or raised beds, is that they do have a habit of drying out, especially in high winds, because the wind will dry them out, or if they're in a sunny position. Now this gets 90% full sun during the day. There are 10% where the sun has to rise above the buildings on either side, sets at the buildings on either side. But apart from that, in the summer, it gets full sun. In the winter, it's in the shade, full shade, because the sun's so low down. So you can grow stuff in here that is suitable for full sun, and stuff that's suitable for shade as well, overwintering plants such as lettuce and herbs and stuff like that you can put in here. So first thing we need to do is I'm going to build this watering kit, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And then we're going to clear this out here. This old pallet, which is really nicely lettered on there. I'm going to try and salvage some of that. It used to be a strawberry tower. You can see strawberries growing out of here. So we're going to have to take these all out. And this trough, this trug, has got to be, it's designed to go against the wall. It's a wall hugging trug, and it will look nicer. So I've got to redesign, we've got to redesign this area, take down the hanging basket here, and maybe cut back some of this stuff, move some pots around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some empty pots that we've got around the garden, some of the smaller empty pots, to fill the trug up with soil. And I'll show you how to do that, and how to mix the soil and what to mix with it to produce a good base for your plants. So that's the next process. So shall we have a go? See what happens? Come on, let's go. Okay. see what's in the box and how easy is it going to be to fit together. Here we go. Okay, instructions. There we go. It's quite a simple kit to put together, I think. Yeah. So assemble it and then fill the trug. Starts filling it with soil, compost. Okay, let's go. Now it does say on the front here, veg wall hugger not included. This is a specially designed, this self-watering kit for the wall hugger model. VegTrug, by the way, registered patent name, make lots of different sizes of these raised bed kind of designs, and this is a wall hugging one. I must emphasize also that I'm not being sponsored for this, and there is no sponsorship involved. This is purely a thing that I wanted to buy for Catherine for her birthday. So it's a birthday present to Catherine, really. So I've got the job of assembling it all. So let's see what we've got here. I don't know what anything is, but we've got these sections here with wells in. So how many of these have we got? So 6 of them. Six of them. We've got tubes here, which are sealed. We've got these things, which I suppose that's the watering system. So we've got 2 of those watering systems, and these are the tubes that measure the watering coming in, I presume. And 2 troughs to fill in the bottom of the trough. There we go. They were filled with water. They're the water reservoirs. Okay, I think I can open this. No, I need a pair of scissors. Give me a minute. What are you doing? Hey. Okay. See what we get in here. We have a kind of thing that goes in there. I thought these would be, now the plastic, the way they're wrapped, they look like they were going to be glass, but no, plastic. Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll put the time lapse on. I don't know how long this is going to take to build. It shouldn't take too long. I'll put the time lapse on and you can see it being built. They were really easy to put together, actually. You know, when you look at these things and you look at the instructions, you think, oh, they're going to be much harder than they actually proved to be. What an ingenious system this is. It's all about design, isn't it, at the end of the day? They have these watering things where you put water in here, and you can tell how much you've got in the reservoir there by a little marker that comes up to the maximum point here and goes down. So when you fill your trug with soil, the soil obviously goes into these pockets here, which I'll show you underneath how they work. So they've got things to stop the soil getting into the trough itself or reduce it, and that's by capillary action. It takes the water up onto the plant itself, which the roots should just sort of permutate down to the bottom layer of the soil here. Marvellous design. So, and well made as well, really robust. So, I'll place them in now and see how they look. You can see how they fit. There is a gap in the between which I didn't expect to see. So they're not quite, if we take them up to the side, they're not quite joined. So perhaps because there's a wooden thing here, that's probably why they've designed that. Yeah, it is, because there's this wooden thing supporting the frame just there. So they've designed it with a gap in, which I didn't expect. But never mind, if I wanted really deep vegetables, I know where to put them, right in the centre. But it does reduce the depth of it a bit, I must say. But for the sake of watering, if you fill the trug to about here, even here, right to the top, you've still got that above, and you can just fill it with a watering can in there. So you fill that bit and you've got your indicator marker just there. So yeah, that fits really nice. So before I go any further, I want to make sure that this mechanism is working. So I'm going to just temporarily fill the reservoir here. I'll take that off so you can see it filling up, and we'll just check that this red marker comes up. So this is how we fill it. See the water going in. Yeah, see it's gone up from minimum to there, so that works. Yep, that's good. Got to empty it now. So we know the watering system is working now. It's good. So next thing, I need to move this out, and I need to take this bracket down off the wall here and rearrange all this. So it's going to take a bit of time. So what I'll do is I'll switch it to time lapse, and you can watch it all happen in front of your very eyes. So let's make a start in transforming this part of the garden. Okay, let's see if it fits in. There we have it. Perfect place for our new trug. VegTrug. A new home. And brilliant. All we need to do now is to start filling it with soil and seeing where we go from there on. So, next bit. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Fits perfectly into that spot, and yeah, all I need to do now is fill it with compost. And for this, if you do have a container garden, you can use old compost, and that's exactly what I'm doing down here. See, I've just scouted round the garden here, found loads of empty pots, so I'm going to declutter the garden, and I'm going to use this soil that hasn't been planted in but has been used in previous seasons, so it's all used up compost, and for this to work I need some perlite to assist drainage, and most essential of all, we need to add nutrients to it. So we're going to use handfuls of chicken manure to refresh and revitalize this lot. So you don't need to chuck this out and throw it in a compost bin or anything like that. Use it again, right? This is about recycling. Now this here is the old pallet that we converted into a strawberry trough. You can see the strawberry things there. It's got various things planted in it now. I don't want to lose some of these plants, so I'm going to transfer them. Here you'll see some strawberries which we'll replant as well, and there's also weeds and various things growing in here. So Catherine is going to sort of like take these out, and I'll use the soil, and also the front of it here. Nothing ever becomes real till it is experienced, and that's by John Keats. So that lettering, I'm going to try carefully to take this panel off here and perhaps transfer it onto the plot, maybe put it on the side of the shed, screw it on, because I think it's a really nice bit of signwriting, which I did myself. It does help to be an experienced and qualified signwriter when you're doing this stuff. So I'm going to try and save that, put it on the shed, which will be really nice, and at least we're recycling it and repurposing the wood. The rest of the wood, I'll try and take it apart and use it on the plot. In some respect, we don't know yet. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now with this, me reconstituting the soil and filling the trug, and if you hopefully I'll be back in a future vlog. If you've enjoyed this one, then please give us a like, thumbs up, leave a comment. If you've got one of these trugs, tell us how you're getting on with it. Be really interesting to know what you're growing in it. I will do a follow-up as we populate the thing and we start gardening with it, because we're not really gardening at the moment. All we're doing is setting it up. So as we're gardening with it, you'll see it in action, and you can make your own mind up what you think about them. You may not approve of them. Some people don't. Some people just like to get their hands dirty, get down to the earth, and you know, do stuff in the ground. Well, you've got a choice. It's up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in a future episode, vlog, gardening with Mersey Beet, in the shadow of John Lennon's old school, Liverpool. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.